I believe we are well. I want to have a discussion, and I welcome those who are live to join me on a topic that I would like to share. And this is something that is in public domain. And what I want us to talk about is dowry compulsory? And if dowry is compulsory, how is it supposed to be honored? And what is this dowry? One thing I know, dowry is maybe as by my understanding, and it depends with the society, depends with the culture. So one thing I know, maybe depending with my culture, is anything that is given to um, a girl's parents when she is preparing to get married, maybe as a token or a thanksgiving to the parents, maybe for bringing her up, taking care of her. And maybe as this now girl is living, now I'm talking on a basis where we are talking about a girl, not a man. And dowry is a form of appreciation. It is a form of appreciation where parents are appreciated by especially the parents of the bridegroom who is about to marry the bride. And mostly it is done in the process of before maybe a wedding. If there's a wedding, it can be a Christian wedding or a cultural wedding. It depends with what people feel that they want to have. And most of the time, it comes like something that parents come in to be appreciated. So, but of late, we've been having issues with dowry, and those are the things that I want us to discuss or to talk about. I'll continue just talking about it before maybe we get some who can join us. It is We are still new, we are still growing. So I want to keep the momentum. I want to be having a few topics as I start now trying to invite people to this live because I want this channel to grow. This is Tabi Moturi Inspiration. So we have, I think, if we go back to the Bible, I it is biblical for parents to be appreciated because of a girl. So it is not something that is strange. It is also something that most of the time was being practiced, especially in our African culture. And I think mostly it has been adapted or practiced from the background of our community or our traditional culture. And it is something that is acceptable. But the danger that we are having nowadays is, dowry one, before I go to the dangers or what happens with dowry, is that It is something that's ceremonial, and as per maybe some culture, it is believed that it never ends. It is something that can be done and done and done and done and done, even after you have appreciated parents. They believe that parents can be appreciated 101 times or even 1,000. This act, and maybe due to their own selfishness, they like abuse this act, and that comes when maybe the marriage is not functional, and maybe you had already started the process of dowry. You had given some dowry. You go to an extent of maybe having a wedding. You wed, and after you wed, things happen when people start living together. Maybe in the process, you just realize that that marriage is not functioning, and we know a marriage can stop functioning and people continue living together. So you find that people are just living to be acceptable. We find our parents doing things that are not acceptable. One, you as a woman or me as a lady who has been into a marriage and I feel that my marriage is not working, the first thing I do, I have to inform my parents that my marriage is not working. And when I inform them that my marriage is not working, that's a red flag. And that means that some of these serious things that are done to sustain me in that marriage should be ceased or should be paused. Maybe as we work for the marriage, as we work to make the marriage work. But sometimes there's a problem that comes in when parents refuse to honor that. And sometimes they go on and continue maybe doing like dowries, still accept dowries from my husband's side, where they are very sure that the marriage that we are in is not functioning, it's not working. I'm trying to remove something from my seat so that I can sit comfortably. Excuse me for that. So you find that maybe I will just use myself as an example, but that is just an example because these are things that are happening, and I have come across them. My friends have gone through it, and it's not something that is very, 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 very comfortable because when uh, when you allow some things to happen, maybe like the first dowry, it was brought to you as a parent, which was okay and which is right, and you accepted it, and maybe there was something that needed to be done. Maybe there was something that maybe like a wedding that had to take place, and in some culture, before you do any wedding, you have to have given some portion of the dowry, and this dowry was received, which was okay, and maybe the wedding was done, which was okay. But in the process, anything can happen. It's either two way, maybe, or one way that we succeed. Maybe it's either the marriage works or the marriage does not work. But in the process, you realize that the marriage did not work. And when the marriage does not work, what does that mean? That's a red flag. That means that the marriage is not functioning. And if the marriage is not functioning, people ought to respect that and avoid it. So you should not continue with other procedures or processes of dowries. So the next thing that need to be done is maybe it's working on the marriage to function, but not the process of maybe my parent, my father, continuing taking dowries and like things are working, whereas it is very clear that it is not working. So we have had cases that parents go on accepting dowries for a marriage that is not functioning. And that is very dangerous. That is very dangerous. So that's why we ask, is that dowries a must? Must it be taken even when things are not working? If maybe I am to be asked, I can say no. No. Because if that marriage is something that we are struggling in, something that we are trying to stabilize, something that we are trying to make it work, I don't know whether you need to appreciate something that is not working. It is not supposed to be appreciated. My the major role that my parents maybe could be having is like making sure that the marriage is functioning, but to not involve yourself in activities that maybe are so vulnerable on a thing that is not working. Many friends, nowadays people stay in marriage, even if they maybe, when you see people divorce, that's a clear indication that that marriage stopped working almost 10 years ago, 10 or more years. And people continue to live in the marriage, especially it becomes worse if maybe you had kids. You already have kids that you are both taking care of, so you don't see any need of maybe parting. Maybe you agree that we can live together, no communication, no what, all these things that bring people together for marriage. So you agree together that nothing will go on. It's only that we are here because of our kids. We are here to give our kids support. And when you agree on that, parents, they don't care about that. And I don't mean every parent, but most of the parents, this is something that has been realized, that they continue with things as usual. They continue with things as usual. They continue doing, maybe if they are, you know, my husband can take advantage of that because he wants to hold me in this marriage that he knows it's not functioning. So the only thing he can do is to give my parents the remaining balance of the dowry, so that in case of anything, maybe, this happened in third world countries, not developing countries, because with the developing country it is quite it's contrary different, because you know when it means divorce, automatically you go to court. But in the third world countries, most of the time the divorce is so casual that it happens through all talk. Maybe through it's like, no, this thing is not working, but maybe we can continue just living together because of the kids, and you agree on that. But you see, the first world countries, it's like it's not working, separate. You are like, do this through the court. And I think all in all, everything has its advantage and its disadvantage. Please pardon me. Everything has its advantage and its disadvantage. And my parents are still deep into it. They are doing things that will continue holding me into this marriage, but I'm not for it. That is now why we're asking, do they have to take this marriage, dowry, when they know that I am not for this marriage? I am not ready to continue being in this marriage, and they continue with their activities as usual. Is it right for them to do that? Is it right for them to do that? I don't think it's supposed to be like that. It is not supposed to be like that. So I think this is a high time our parents should respect our rights. Our parents should respect what maybe it's not right for us. Maybe if I say that I'm not ready for this marriage, I have to remain there because I feel I also have my own light. I can make my own decision. I can make my own choice. No one is supposed to do what I feel is not good in my life. So the thing is, parents behind their children's back, they continue communicating with my husband, whom we are not agreeing, and they continue having serious plans on my marriage that I feel it is not working. The marriage that I feel it's not working, they enter into serious activities. They enter into negotiations behind my back. Most of the time, I'm not even informed when these things are going on. You find that I will never be informed that there anything that is happening. Maybe it's just someone who will, from nowhere, will let me, or maybe a relative who will let me know that things are happening behind your back. And now this is what is bringing disagreement between kids and their parents. When parents become so greedy that they don't care about the welfare of their kids and they continue entertaining the people I feel that I am not comfortable with, they continue entertaining them. It's like they want to push me into this marriage that is not working. They want to make sure that they push me into it. They push me into things that I believe no, I don't want, and they feel it's okay. They feel it's okay that I should be part of it. Whereas for me, I feel no, it shouldn't be working. So this is a discussion that maybe with time we will discuss, because like now I still have no followers. I am still looking for followers. So if you are there and you happen to see this video, kindly like it and follow, so that we can start discussing serious issues. Psychological, professionally, I'm a psychologist. So most of the things that we should be handling here will be things that should be pertaining psychologists, should be pertaining mental health, so that we can be able to help one another. And I know that it is going to work. It is going to work. So today we were like discussing on issues pertaining dowries when marriage is not functioning, when it is dysfunctioning. So the question that we had was, are parents allowed to continue with the processes of involving themselves in things that you feel that as a child they should not be going on? And maybe with me, I feel that no, they should not. They should honor your stand. They should honor and respect your decision. And the very important thing that they should do, you need to be in communication. You need to know what is going on. You need to know the plans they have for you, so that they don't do things that are not worth for you, or things behind your back. We know that it is something that is so difficult. And if this happens, and maybe I get out of that marriage, the consequence is on them. Because, some catchers are like, if the marriage doesn't function, you have to refund the divorce. So when parents enter into taking these dowries when the marriage is not working, so they take the responsibility of, in case it doesn't work, they will take the responsibility of refunding back the dowry, because that will not be part of me. For me, I know as a child, I take my responsibility of informing them that this marriage is not working. So nothing serious should take place. I am just here to take care of my children. I am just here to see that my children go to school. If my husband maybe would allow me to be in the house, or would allow me to stay with the kids. But when it comes to the third party, my parents coming in and trying to like force it function, that I don't think it can work. It's not workable. And maybe we will not agree onto that. So these are the things that we are like telling our parents: please respect our decision. Please respect our boundaries. We need our space to make our own decision. We need our space to see whether things that we are trying to do in our marriage are working. If they don't work, please don't involve yourself into matters of a marriage that it belongs to your daughter or belongs to one of you who has clearly told you that there are problems into it. I think that should be honored. It should be honored. Yeah, it's good to give dowry when it is functioning. But when it is not functioning, I don't think there's any need of anything going on. So this is just a short discussion that I wanted us to have so that we can get to know. We can get to know what we are supposed to do. We can get to know when it doesn't function, what should we do? We can get to know when parents do this, what should happen? Are they allowed to do that, or are they not allowed to do that? So maybe we will continue with this discussion. I just want to have short videos as I continue encouraging people to be joining me so that we can continue discussing on this very important information or important topic. But for now, I just end it there, believing that we will have uh, maybe an audience that will be joining us so that we can continue discussing on this very important issue. So have a good time. May God bless you. May God do you good. Thank you.